Hello, Tubies, one and all. I was thinking, so many people do these things where they request a video reply from the viewers, from fellow Tubies. And I was thinking that there's been one I've been actually wanting to do for a while now, which is a little project where we read to one another. I think we all love books, even though we love to just sit and watch YouTube. I think all of us are probably readers to one extent or another. I used to be more so of a reader than I am now. I'm always trying to get back to it. I tend to prefer nonfiction over fiction, but I still do have my favorites that I enjoy reading over and over again, particularly when they're beautifully written, or they're cleverly written, or they are wittily written. So here's the challenge. I want you to go to your bookshelf and pick up between 1 and 3, let's say 1, 2, or 3 books. It can be very random, or it can be books that you particularly like. And I want you to pick a paragraph, or a whole page, or a whole scene if you want. Just, try to keep it fairly short, because we all have kind of attention span problems. Or you can just open the book to a random page and just read that page. But I thought that it might be a fun way for us to get to hear each other read. I love being read to. I've never really had anybody in my life as an adult who would read to me. So why don't you guys indulge me a little bit and read me something? That means all of you that have video cameras or digital cameras and you have a means to do this, please do this for me. I think it would be wonderful. So I chose 2 books. One of them is Delta of Venus by Annie Snin, and I opened it randomly to a page, and I'm going to read that page. And Armistead Maupin's Tales of the City, I found a scene which is my favorite scene out of the whole book and always cracks me up, and I am going to attempt to read that for you as well. Let's start with Delta of Venus. Random page. When Miguel left them at the cafe table for a moment, they looked at each other with a strange recognition. Without Miguel, Donald was no longer a woman. He straightened his body, looked at her unflinchingly, and talked about how he was seeking intensity and tension, saying that Miguel was not the father he needed. Miguel was too young. Miguel was just another child. Miguel wanted to offer him a paradise somewhere, a beach where they could make love freely, embrace day and night, a paradise of caresses and love-making. But he, Donald, sought something else. He liked the infernos of love, love mixed with great sufferings and great obstacles. He wanted to kill monsters and overcome enemies and struggle like some Don Quixote. As he talked about Miguel, there came to his face the same expression women have when they have seduced a man, an expression of vain satisfaction, a triumphant, uncontrollable inner celebration of one's power. Each time Miguel left them for a moment, Donald and Elena were acutely aware of the bond of sameness between them, and of a malicious feminine conspiracy to enchant and seduce and victimize Miguel. With a mischievous glance, Donald said to Elena, "Talking together is a form of intercourse. You and I exist together in all the delirious countries of the sexual world. You draw me into the marvelous. Your smile keeps a mesmeric flow." Miguel returned to them. Why was he so restless? He went for cigarettes. He went for something else. He left them. Each time he returned, she saw Donald change back to a woman again. Tantalizing. She saw them caressing each other with their eyes and pressing their knees together under the table. There was such a current of love between them that she was taken into it. Delta of Venus. Very good erotica. It's erotica for smart people, I think. Now, from Armistead Maupin's Tales of the City, this is the first book of it. This is from the chapter Mona versus the Pig. Mona stood next to Beauchamp, her hands clamped rigidly on the storyboard. "Our approach should be carefree," she explained. "We're not backtracking. We're simply improving." the old nylon crotch wasn't unsafe, the new one is simply better. The client's expression didn't change. The youth image is important, of course. The cotton crotch is young, vibrant, hip. The cotton crotch is for with-it women on the go. Buddha would have to forgive her. She revealed the first card on the storyboard. It showed a young woman with a Dorothy Hamill haircut hanging off the side of a cable car. The copy read, "Under my clothes, I like to feel adorable." Mona gestured with a pointer. "Notice we don't mention the crotch in the headline." Said the client. "The idea is there, of course, hygienic, safe, functional, but we don't come right out and say it. The effect is subtle, low-key, subliminal." "It's not clear enough," said the client. "The crotch comes in later on, down there in the 4th paragraph. We don't want to hit people over the head with the crotch." Hit people over the head with the crotch? This was the woman who was going to be another Lillian Hellman? The client grunted. "We're not selling subtlety, honey." "Oh? Then what are we selling, honey?" Beauchamp squeezed Mona's arm. Mona, perhaps we could move the crotch up to the 1st paragraph. Mr. Siegel?" "The young lady doesn't seem to be pleased with that." "Woman, Mr. Siegel. Young woman. Please don't call me a lady. I wouldn't dream of calling you a gentleman." Beauchamp was scarlet. "Mona, goddammit, Mr. Siegel, I think I can handle these revisions myself. Mona, I'll talk to you later." "Don't you patronize me, you prick. I'm not married to my job." "You are way out of line, Mona." "Thank God for that. Who the hell wants to live in line with that fat, sexist capital sack of Mona?" "You want crotch, Mr. Siegel? Is that it? Well, I'll give you crotch. Crotch, 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 crotch." She stormed to the door, stopped, and wheeled around to confront Beauchamp. "Your karma is really fucked." And that's my favorite scene from Armistead Maupin's Tales of the City. I love that book. So, I hope you enjoyed those. If you want me to do more, I'll do more. Let me know. But I definitely want you guys to do some of these for me. You don't have to put a whole lot into it. You know, just make it something beautiful or fun that you read, that you enjoyed, or open to a random page. The randomness can be more fun than something planned. So, all right, come on. Let's get with it, people. I want to hear it. I will accept entries after the weekend because I know some people do have lives. So, all right. Bye, y'all.